Guided student pulse are around 50 in UG level and 5 in PG level. So, such an eminent keynote personality in among us. Now, I would like to invite Dr.A.Rama Rao, sir. Please continue the session.
Can I share the PPT, sir?
Yeah, good morning. Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Today's session is related to how the automation techniques are going to be used in the mobile ad hoc networks.
I'm audible. Okay. Present. Present, we discussed and today topic is design and development of back routing protocol in MANTES for multimedia applications with the quality of services. Okay. Then initially, what is MANTES? MANTES is generally called as a general term is mobile ad hoc networks. It combination of set of mobile hosts, each with transmission, and no base stations are required, and no fixed network infrastructure are required. Multi-hop communication also done, and needs to a routing protocol which can handle changing the topologies. We know the topologies and their services also. We know about the services and very much interact with the networks along with the topology. And what are the major challenges in managed routing? In my various practices, various challenges are there. First one, challenge 2, challenge 3, challenge 4, and according to the problems, they provided the solutions also there. But what is the challenges? In the challenges, how to select the primary path, how to establish the backup path, and how to provide stability with awareness of the network routing protocol, utilize the services. And next one, what is the challenges? How to generate multiple paths for transmission during the data transmission. And this is the main thing. The first thing is how to select the primary path. The primary path is initially we identified the first challenge to be considered in MANTES routing is selection of an optimal path for routing due to the various metrics such as static resource capacity, dynamic resource availability, neighborhood connectivity, and link quality are considered for the primary path selection. Why? What is the needed to the path selection? Path selection is the primary path. The main reason is to connect the nodes from primary node to and sender to receiver. The primary path when we initiate the systematically, the entire process will be done based on establishment of backpathing and provide stability and load awareness and communicate the multiple paths for during the transmission like packets, whatever it may be. Second one, how to establish a backup path. Another challenges is, we know that another challenges to provide a backup path for the routing during the path failure. In case any path failure during the transmission, then immediately initially set up the another backup path. This is the link or node failure is common in MANTES. Due to various constraints, network failure and external and internal sources failure, so many things are done. In the way, utilization of the path evolution function can be build backup path avoid the routing protocol. What is the needed to the evolution functions? The evolution functions based on the working capacity of the transmission rate, baud rate. And challenge how to, third one, how to provide stability and load awareness. The main thing is third challenges deal with the awareness regarding the stability and load. Load means transmission data load in the quality of services routing protocol. The main thing is utilization of multiple objects with the inclusion of expansional function during the transmission of data with secure manner in the considered algorithms and can maintain the stability. In the case, many algorithms they are working for the data transmission, like MANTES. So many routing algorithms are utilizing for transmission of data. And challenges for how to generate multiple paths for transmission. The main thing is generate the multiple paths due to unavoidable reasons. If in case existing path will be delayed or existing path will be failure due to many reasons. In the way, multiple paths can be choose the better alternative way for the transmitting the data. In the way, generating the multiple paths will be utilized and the data transmission. The main case is sustainable to the performance of the algorithm. Next, what are the major challenges in the MANTES routing, and what are the contributing of the challenges to the solutions. The contributing of the first one, how to select a primary path. Then the contribution of the challenges solution is, the first contribution is based on establishment of backup routing protocol BRE QRP in two phases. First phases involves the primary path selecting like a genetic algorithm with their parameters for fitness. And another one, path evolution design for the backup routing establishment for factors evolution, like interface and congestion control and variation congestion control, connection control, and path control, and then everyone control based on the appropriate reasons. Next one, how to establish backup path. In the way, the solution is contributing solution is, the second contribution is the stable and load aware the protocol and designed by very expansional functions in a genetic algorithm with a consider of 4 years fitness parameters such as a static resource capacity, dynamic resource availability, neighborhood quality, and link quality connectivity with the one node to multiple nodes through the client server architecture model. And another one, contribution 3 for primary solution for the challenges 3. In the third contribution, multiple path selections scheme may be utilized based on first come first service, last come LIFO, last in first out services. Based on priority queues, the MAQ RAP is developed. It utilizes the several constraints. It like energy in the node, link, lifetime, and delay and distance for the quality of services and for the satisfaction of data transmission. In the way, the required designing of mobile model and estimating the energy consumed. In the way, threshold and consumption of power and consumption of data transmission also done this in this layer. And estimating in the links lifetime, like the packet transmission lifespan, also depending on the transmission rate. If the error is occurred during the transmission, then easily identified when the transmission loaded comes under failure rate. Initial way, we are identified based on congestion control, connection control, and traffic control also done this in this area. Therefore, the transmission through multiple paths can be performed in MANTES for improved performance. Then, what are the applications of MANTES? You know that military, many widely security reasons in the case, military services, those are utilized in the various factors, fields, and various areas. Majorly, those are widely used in the military services, emergency services, education sector, sensing and gaming sector, and personal and networks, and supercomputer also, and deep space network service, deep space network communication also widely used in MANTES. And what are the backup? You know that initially we are utilizing the challenges and how to resolve the solution is contribution. Then we are discussing the application in this regard. Laterally, how to the contribution of the what we discussed in the problem to solution. In the way, the backup routing protocols, the establishment for quality of services routing protocol in MANTES. In earlier days, the finding of the best routing protocols to receive a destination is a major issue. What is the destination? Is the transmission rate is failure, the entire processing is failure in the MANTES. In the way, we are identified two objects. First one, object 1, and another one, object 2. Object 1 and object 2. The primary path is selected for genetic algorithm by the modifying the fitness function, incorporating nodes, static resource capacity, dynamic resource availability, neighborhood quality, and link quality. Already we discussed about the things. And second one is the objective, the backup path for the if any secure, if any failure is occurred during the transmission, then immediately backup routing protocols are sending alternative ways. Then the quality of services also provides routing quality of services routing protocols also create some problems. Maybe it can be converted into some optimization problems that satisfy the possible constraints based on the availability of transmission rate and duration of the transmission time, lifespan of the packet, and based on the availability of space. And in this case, time complexity and space complexity also required for the transmission. And more, genetic algorithm is used to here to provide the sustainability stable path by the modifying its fitness functions. What is the fitness function during the transmission? If the error occurred during the transmission, immediately they alert the message and do not receive the acknowledgement. In the way, the congestion control process send the request. The request already the packet already cancelled. In the way, please do the send another packet. This is the transmission done in the fitness way. Next, the proposed backup route establishment of quality of servicing routing protocol in MANTES. These are satisfying. The diagrammatic will represent the how to interact with the initial way to end of the resource protocol services. Next, the primary path by the genetic algorithm based on routing protocol. Genetic algorithm is only suitable for the most routing problems, is providing in convenient path. For generating, if any paths are error failure, if any mistake is done during the transmission, immediately genetic algorithm choose the another option. In the way, the solution chosen from the random population are allowed to calculate its fitness value using the function specified. If the packet is stable and wealthy, and healthy to transmission the data, then without any error occurred, without any data transmission failure, without any data transmission loss, the sufficient information sent to the receiver. Receive the receiver. This is the best thing. In the way, next thing is they optimized and design the parent and child classes purpose. The maturity operation is involves in alternating certain bits from the children's normally. It is completely works done inheritance process like that. If parent class is failure, then automatically child process is invoked. In this way, the process is repeatedly continues during the transmission. If there eliminating processing done when the worst fitness is occurred, then ranking accordingly when the ranking accordingly during the transmission data. In this way, the proposed algorithm like genetic algorithm is terminated when the maximum number of iterations is reached or when the solution obtained is found acceptable. That means when the data transmission is great successful, then alternatively choose the unnecessary path. Then this is the primary path selection algorithms. SRC means static resource capacity, NQ means neighborhood capacity, M means population size. Here the neighborhood quality means nearby surrounding packet is there, then transfer of data based on the path selection. And the algorithm is randomly initialize population of the nodes and laterally calculate the SRC, DRA, NQ and LQ, then calculate the fitness function for each chromosome using functional dependency. Then create a mapping pool for the connectivity, multi-path selection for the node connectivity, then apply the crash over operator several times. Due to if any error is occurred, then immediately choose the alternate path. If parent class is failure, then automatically children will adopt the failure state and immediately choosing the alternative path. Okay, this is the replacement. If the worst value is occurred, then alternately choose the best one. If the condition is repeatedly done in the conjunction control way, then repeat the systematic approach, calculate the SRC, DRA, NQ, and LU. Finally, end the program. And what is the fixed fitness function? I am audible? I am audible? Others, I am audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Hello, I am audible? Okay,
Yes,
thank
sir,
you.
you're audible, sir.
Then how to find out the fitness function, then how to utilize the fitness function to how to calculate the node healthy and how to connect with the one node to another node. This is the main reason to create the fitness function to be evaluate the all individual nodes and connect with the population of the various multiple channels. And these things can be categorized in the matrices of the static resource capacity, dynamic resource capacity, and neighborhood to connectivity capacity, and quality of connectivity, and quality of connectivity with the quality of services. In this way, quality of services required for the link up connectivity and link up transmission during the transmission rate and connectivity of the node to node connectivity. And the these matrices are assigned with a weight and are joined into a single fitness function. The main reason is the function value is such reduces the total cost due to unavoidable reasons. The main thing is packet size. When packet size is low, then easily transmission the data. Slides are moving.
Yes, sir. Good.
Then this is the solution of the data transmission, and this is the algorithm proposed mechanism. And what is the, we are discussing the four connectivity, na? Stable, linked quality, quality of services, and fitness connectivity. These are four factors. Na? Another one is the link quality. The link quality is based on the signal rate. The signal rate is generally calculated baud. The signal power is that mobile node receives the referred as a link quality. That means baud rate. This is the measure of link lifetime of the network, like means network lifespan. The power of signal that is transmitted by node can be measured each time. Then each node transmit during the transmission from one node to another node, single node connectivity or multi-node connectivity and multiple node connectivity, operations connectivity. And once layer packet received from the during the transmission, if the power attains value closer to the actual or normal power, the quality of the link connectivity based on the two nodes, source and destination. In the way, network considered for higher mode and lower mode and medium mode. In the way, the best case is always higher mode, worst case is lower mode, and medium case is medium mode. In the way, even though the quality of the signal is assumed based on the measurement of power, it mostly depends on the propagation of environment. That means the environment is not sustainable to transmit the data, then immediately data will collapse due to various reasons, and the external internal attacks are occurred. Then various factors also link up with the packet delivering status. In the way, the quality of link connectivity, that generally called as the link quality, is formulated shown in the following equation: LQ equal to PM by R, where PM is power of the signal ratio, generally called as a baud rate, and R is the distance between source node and distance node. Here, PM is the considered to be constant between pair of transmitting and receiver. Here, the pair of transmitting means which is transmit the data between source and destination from one node to another node or one node to multiple nodes. Then initially we have small idea about the how to we are connecting the connectivity, how to we are connecting the network, either the multiple node connectivity or single or multi-node connectivity or multiple node connectivity. Then in the way, the topology services are in this case very widely used based on the connectivity. Okay, next one, the selection process. When the node transmitting during the transmission from one node to another one, then generally called as a source to destination. Initially the parent and child nodes already calculated based on the fitness factors. The parent chromosomes are basically identified based on the node availability from the current population of the matter pool using the selection operators based on the quality of services and data transmission rate also. And the selection operator is an important element in using the genetic algorithm that helps to improve the solution for the quality of services purpose. Here, higher fitness rate is required for the value of solution. Have higher probability means a higher probability case to the reach the node to the destination. A strong selection process is required for the if any data path selection, the node data path selection, we are utilizing the correct pathway. That means called routing pathway. Based on this routing pathway, generally categorized into two factors: two genetic operations and crossover and mutation. Here, mutation means once factor is delayed, once no transmission factor is delayed, then automatically send the duplicate factor. Based on this fitness function, the network failure case is too low. This is the main thing. Another one, crossover. The crossover, already you know that crossover is the main genetic operator for the reproduction. If the failure of the node and failure of the data transmission packet is occurred, immediately they send the new duplicate data. This means exchange between the two parent chromosomes to create the next generation called offspring. Here in the way utilizing the widely used in the optent networks process. Then the parent chromosomes and second one parent chromosomes, and how to connect with the source and destination through the various factors and signal and node connectivity and operation connectivity and link connectivity and static and dynamic and DRA quality of services. And what are the mutuation capacity? The mutuation capacity is the solution for the when a node is failure, when a node is transmission is disconnected. This is the alternative made for the member population for the mutation. This permits is introduction to the new feature into the population, bring the perfect solution for the data transmission rate. Then the bit skipped is only when the probability equals or less than generate random number. Here the data structures algorithms are widely used in transmission operations. Why? Because that packet will deliver which process, either FIFO, first in first out, or last in first out, or phase replacement mechanism. Which one they are utilizing? The operation selection based on the process management selection criteria. Based on the process management. Okay, this is the path selection process. This is the path selection process. Based on the path selection process, they are categorized into two factors. First one, path identification. Second one, path evaluation. The first one, path identification, means during the path selection for the sending for the data transmission from node to another node. Another one, path evaluation factor. Path evaluation factor function is computed in order to detect the network and node to which one is failure during the transmission. This is the basic thing. Another one, before transmission, when data transmission is failure, first is identification. That means verification, laterally validation techniques also done in this case. This is the determination process, measurement of quality of services during the transmission rate. That means signal rate. Initially, path evaluation function based on repeatedly works during the transmission, and this function's mathematical solution gives the energetic solution for the required problem, and informatic interfaces matrix and conjunction space status during the transmission. Conjunction control and transmission control and probability and traffic control also done. When the transmission process is done during the transmission, initially identify the detection of failures during the transmission. It is done by the path. Initially, they are identified through the path selection evaluation criteria. Next algorithm is back path selection by the path evaluation function. Similarly, this is the first algorithm, but a little bit we are identified first one verification process. Second one, once verification process is done, process is required to sender to receiver. If any during the transmission error is occurred by the various factors, then immediately choose the mutuation process like backup path solution mechanism. This is the best path solution mechanism. This is the algorithm way. And what is the applied to the above mentioned two algorithms? What is the contribute the solutions to the based on simulation results? There are various performance parameters available to evaluate the behavior of the backup routing protocols such as throughput, jitter, average end-to-end delay, and PDR and power consumption and average hop count. Then what is throughput and what is jitter and what is average end-to-end delay and what is the PDR to utilize the power consumption and what is the average heap count. The main thing is all processor, all things are done every manner in during the transmission. The entire transmission done through process management section system. This is the compared analysis of various factors, how to rate and evaluation of the packet delay and packet transmission to the throughput factor and delivery ratio, and node to node connectivity, and how to data transmission delivery ratio and delay ratio and throughput factor, and how to data transmission during the time measurement here, speed of connectivity and time life of span. And the main thing is combinational great algorithm, genetic algorithm based on stable load, aware of quality, aware quality of services, routing protocol for managed. It is the generally constraints involved in four factors, resolving the problems. This is generally called as a multi-constraint problems. The multi-constraint problems generally used in genetic algorithm routing protocols. The protocols proposed, which is the problem solution by using encoded as the encoded to the decoded based on several genes. The solution of its represented by the group of alternate solutions referred to as a population of mechanism. During the energy iterations of algorithms, stable to how to the node will generate a stable connectivity with the one node to another one. Another one, the population of connectivity also too important based on the multi-channel connectivity or one or multi-node connectivity factors. The final thing is the result of genetic operations will become the next generations of the solutions. This is the same thing, multi-channel operation problem solutions also done. This is the backup diagram, block diagram of SLA here. This is the multiple objects and multiple connectivity from fitness from source to destination factors, and the coverage factors also done in various layers, and EZA based algorithm protocols also done this various factors based on arrangements of current quality of services and during the transmission, and proceedings the solution factors and parameters count and next population hit count. The one node connectivity with the tail and one node connectivity with the header. This is the factor of the connectivity mode. And what are the EZA algorithm for routing discovery, initialization and finding of fitness chromosis and mutation and exponential order based new solution and dynamic upgrading of quality services and termination. These are main factor to routing protocol to evaluate the various factors during the transmission. This is the I am audible. Hello,
Yes, sir.
I am audible. Others,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Your voice is not audible. Okay, thank you very much. Then Initially, the exponential order based new solution. Here, the main thing is improvement of the data connectivity and node connectivity through the data transmission. And if any occurred during the various factors, then the proposed exponential order based on the process is performed through the multi-general connectivity through the genetic algorithm operational way. In the way, the selection process is new factor connectivity. The solution also obtained based on the multi-path connectivity and optimal and non-optimal based on the fitness operations. Here, fitness operations also done various factors. Operations based on the various factors, a little bit path selection and path identification factor, and identify the various stable connectivity, and during the transmission rate, during the transmission quality of path selection way, and many processors done this in this way. And mutation resultant also required based on modification of the development of solution factor, and these are required for various factors based on the following reasons. The thing is, more reliable solution can be generated, and the routing protocol paths can be found easily using the exponential weight function. Here, weight function means weight means node weight, and improvement of the diversity of solution is possible means, which is the transmission of the data when the operation is failure, then alternative choose the mutant solution of the problem. Then exponential order based new solution based on completely depends on the fitness functions. Fitness function based on the genetic algorithm approaches. Initially, they are identifying. Initially, they are selection of the node. Laterally, initially selection of the node. Next, identify the node. Laterally, data transmission rate, and laterally path selecting. Then transmit the data during the static selectivity scaling during the transmission based on the static selectivity function and dynamic selectivity scaling function. Then, based on the various factors, quality of service also requirements based on the quality of services values and the link of the path connectivity. And the process can be terminated when a fixed number of generations obtained, when a solution reaches the required fitness of value. Why? Because it is required value when the dynamic routing protocols are using. In the way the solutions of the alternatively choose the path. Here, multi-path selection algorithm also done this for the quality of services, and the path selection. If any occurred is error, then termination condition must be applied during the process to be, and also be updated frequently as of progress to the performance of the genetic algorithm to provide the perfect path for selection node. This is the algorithm for SLAQR based routing discovery algorithm. These are steps. You know that already initial case and ending case. Initial case means data is sending case. A end case is step 11 is ending case. That means destination case. Here we define the which one capacity, which one node you are using, either dynamic static node connectivity or dynamic node connectivity. Then link process, population size, threshold value, and randomly initialize the process and calculate the fitness of the node and process of the calculate of the inertia information and apply the mutant operators, and finally explanation obtain the various factors and replace the worst case value with the best case operate value. This is the crossover functionality, and if it is continuously done during the transmission, then repeat the path found selection identification factors from step 3 onwards. This is the exponential results from the simulation process. This is the coverage analysis of the ECA algorithm for the iteration and population mechanism, and computer analysis of the baud rate, signal processing, link connectivity, and delay and throughput and speed. And this is the connectivity similar to speed and performance based on rate and delivery ratio of the packet. And thank you. Any questions from audience? Any questions from audience?
Sir, I think it's no questions. We'll wind up the session.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'd like to express our heartfelt gratitude for the enlightening and informative expert talk on quality services routing and MANTES in this third international conference on machine learning big data analytics, ICMLBDA 2023. So your presentation truly captivated the audience and showcased your extensive knowledge and expertise in this field. So the way you effortlessly explained the intricacies of quality service routing and MANTES was commendable. Your ability to break down complex concepts into easily understandable terms made the topic accessible to all the audience, regardless of their prior knowledge in the subject. But your talk could not only provide the valuable insights to the latest advancements in quality services routing, but also inspired us to explore its potential applications in our own work. So the clarity with which you presented the topic and practical examples you shared were instrumental in fostering a deeper understanding among the audience. So on behalf of the entire audience, I want to express our sincere appreciation for your valuable contribution to the event. Your talk left a lasting impact on all of us, and we are all grateful for the opportunity to learn from someone as accomplished as yourself. Once again, thank you for delivering an exceptional talk on quality service routing in MANTES. Your expertise and insights have undoubtedly enriched our understanding of the subject. We look forward to implementing the knowledge gained in our own endeavors. Thank you once again, sir. Thank you. I request all the participants, this is the end of the session of day 2. Those who are having this